fair, dude.
Welcome to DeaconLive. DeaconLive.
Welcome back, guys. On today's show, doctor says yes, you can breathe out of your butthole. And what is a parking ticket scam? And a deadly plane crash in Brazil. We're going to talk about that. And a guy was stuck behind a refrigerator for over 10 years. All this and much, much more will be discussed here on DeaconLive as we comb through your social news, viral videos, and all the latest updates and stuff that you might have missed over the last 7 days or so, all done within a 60-minute time frame. I know we ran a little bit longer last week. I apologize. There was just so much good stuff to talk about. Now, this week, I want to talk about, well, let's get caught up on me. So, for all you out there that are listening to us, welcome to DeaconLive. We broadcast just outside of Charlotte, North Carolina, a little town we like to call Marshville. We sit on about 22 some odd acres. We have horses, chickens, dogs, cats, goats, animals, skunks. I think we got a skunk family that's moved into the area somewhere. So we got a lot of stuff going on here. Now, the town that we live in is population 2,500 people in a 2 square mile radius. So let's just say there's not a whole lot of choices for things to do out here, a lot of things going on. But you know what? I was born and raised in Orlando, Florida, lived there for most of my life up until about 10, 12, let's say 13 years ago, and moved up here to the Charlotte area, well, just outside of Charlotte. And so the big city life, it's the Green Acres type thing. One thing, when you're living out here in the middle of nowhere, one thing that you think about is your health care. What you want to, your doctors that you see. Of course, if you're a female, you've got a lot more doctors that you need to see. And when we first moved up here, we lived in Charlotte. And we lived on the fancy side of Charlotte, the money bag side of Charlotte. I know, big baller, right? But the doctors, I loved all the doctors that were out there. I felt like they were concerned about you. I had a dentist. The dentist, very, very highfalutin dentist, Nothing was cheap. Nothing was cheap. You walk in there, it's automatically $200 type deal. But now I've gotten all my work done, all the years of neglect and stuff, cavities filled and fixed this overbite. And my wife's got Invisalign. She's got all her stuff. She goes to orthodontist on the other side of town. Anyways, where I'm getting at is for us to go to the dentist now for the routine cleanings and stuff, it's an hour away. I literally have to drive on a highway, Lone and Johnson Highway, for about an hour to get into Charlotte for some lady to scratch and scrape my gums and stuff and say, I'm a good boy. You brush your teeth very well over the last 4 months. And my wife was like, I don't want to go to them anymore. It's too far away. The insurance only covers 80% of the bill because he's a secondary, not preferred dentist, but out in that area at the time, that was the only dentist we have. She's like, well, there's a dentist up the road from us. I'm going to start going to him and getting my teeth cleaned and stuff because like I said, I've got everything's done. It's just maintenance now. It's just cleaning and saying you're a good boy, brush here, make sure you floss, here's a lollipop type deal. I said, babe, I don't feel comfortable going to the dentist is plural in this area. She's like, why? I go, this is the area where I said, okay, babe, look at it this way. You've seen the people that live out here, right? The worst case as far as dental hygiene. There it is, 2-lane country back roads. I mean, there are a lot of ding 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 ding. And would this dentist office be filled with people? It's almost like going to a welfare to get your welfare check. The people that are in those buildings trying to get social services and stuff. I feel like the dentist office in this area is going to be the same way. Someone sitting in there with their chicken on their lap. Miss Gomez, sí, you're next. Ay, Dios mío. Ay, duele. But I'm like, I don't know if I trust them on this side of town because, all right, look at it this way. The dentist office that I go to, there's 2 dentists that are in this building. They're a partner, or 3 of them. Already they got their shit together. They're turning and burning. They're banging and ranging, and they're scraping and raping. Oh, no, God, no, that sounded bad. I mean, they're cleaning your teeth and stuff. And everyone's nice, everyone's friendly, everyone's happy and stuff. I've been to shitty dentist office, and it's kind of like, next. I like to get my teeth clean. The lady at the desk. Name, Deacon. Do you have an account with us? An account? Do you have insurance? They don't fucking care. They honestly do not fucking care. And that's I don't think I'm going to get the VIP treatment at the dentist office here in the Marshville area, because I'm like going, you know what? They always say, some doctors get A's, some doctors get, C's and D's. D's are passing, I guess. I don't know. And I'm just thinking that these dentists, these men and women that work on your teeth, I don't think they're the cream of the crop if they're out here in the Marshville area. I just feel like I'm not going to have a good time. I went to one dentist, I guess because I've been hurt before. I went to a dentist when I lived in Orlando. I kind of moved outside of the Orlando area for a little bit with my wife, or my girlfriend at the time, who's now my wife. What is wrong with this? I shaved. I got a funky hair here that's getting into my criz. And I went to get my teeth done at the local dentist office in this it's called Orange City. Look it up. It's a crap hole, a bunch of meth heads. And I walk in there, and the guy's like, he does my x-rays and stuff. He goes, oh, you've got bone loss. We're going to have to rip these out. We're going to file these down. We're going to, plaster them and porcelain this. And, he's just like yelling at me in the chair. And I'm like, okay. And I leave, and she's like, how'd the appointment go? I said, I'm never going back to that guy. And that was it. And I never went back to that guy. You've got to have some kind of bedside manners and stuff when you're a dentist, because a lot of people, they're scared of the dentist more than the regular doctor guy. Not me. I don't care. Stick needles in me, prod and prune and scratch and scrape and cut. I don't care. It doesn't bother me one bit. I mean, it makes me nervous, but if it has to be done, it has to be done. So I was just worried that this dentist office, I said to my wife, you go first. You go check it out. You go scope it out for me. Scout it out. See if it's okay. And if you come back and you have no problems, now, whatever your standards are, babe, you know what my standards are. If you're watching me here on the YouTube video, and don't forget, for every podcast, we have a YouTube video as well, YouTube channel. Make sure you can check us out over there. Here's my standard, or here's your standard. Here's my standard, which is like 3 feet up, 3 rungs up the ladder. So we'll see. I think she goes sometime in the next couple weeks, and I'll keep you updated on that. All right, guys, lots to get into, lots to talk about. And first day of school, everyone saw all the kids with their pictures being taken, first day of school. Well, this one girl, something happened to her that was completely unexpected, and the mom did it, and I don't know if she's going to jail for it, so I'll dive into that story when we come back. Stick around. You'll listen to Deacon Live right here on Prophet Radio. I'll be right back. Welcome back to Deacon Live. Like I said, don't forget, for every podcast we do, we have a matching video over on YouTube. We have a very own YouTube channel. It's called Deacon Live Podcast. Check us out over there. It's not a money grab. Just hit subscribe, and you can see it just gives you another media source as far as what goes on here in the studio. If we talk about videos or pictures or anything like that goes on here that we're talking about during the show, you can see them in real time as we're talking about them over there, and you can check them out. So just give us a subscribe over there. It's not a money grab. I'm not doing it for money. Just another way for you guys to enjoy yourself. A lot of people that can't find stuff to watch on TV, sometimes they'll pop us on and watch it. And just to give you a little background, the whole entire podcast is on the YouTube channel, basically unedited. The audio portion, the audio stuff that you hear on iHeartRadio, Spotify, iTunes, all that stuff, it's a condensed version. And not that you guys are missing out on anything. It's those long, long pauses where I'm looking for something, or something doesn't go right here in the studio. I've got to stop and move stuff around and stuff. The audio portion is crisp and clean and professionally done. The YouTube video, not so much. You guys can take it for what it's worth, but you can see all the stuff that happens that makes this Deacon Live podcast as successful as it is. And we want you guys to say, hey, that's kind of cool, and leave us a comment over there. Now, first day of school, everyone's got their kitties out there, and they're taking pictures of them. And, I haven't heard any stories this year about don't take pictures of your kids and, your teacher's name or anything like that. I haven't seen a big push on like social media or anything like that. So I don't know if it's, every year they say, like Halloween, go through your candy. Every year they say, go through your candy. Be careful of your candy. And usually every school year they say, here's the top tips when you're taking pictures with your kids and holding up the sign. And, here's, Matthew, and I'm 8 years old and I'm going into third grade. And, he's standing on the doorstep and, Ma, don't take my picture, that type stuff. I didn't see anything like a big push. Usually it's from, like the local law enforcement and stuff, be careful. There's bad people out there. We know. you guys arrest them, right? You guys usually shoot them dead too. But this woman right here in Sarasota, Florida, right in my own very backyard, Florida Highway Patrol troopers in Sarasota are investigating after a child was run over by her own parent during the first day of school. Troopers said the mother ran over her 12-year-old daughter Monday morning while dropping her off at school. The superintendent said the girl bent down to pick up something. When she did, her mom hit her with the SUV. Now's my chance. It can only be one. The girl was critically hurt and flown to a hospital. Florida Highway Patrol said that the mother should have been paying more attention. She was probably doing a TikTok video like this, Hey y'all, I just dropped off Samantha. It's her first day at school. Says, yeah, bye honey, see ya. Oh, Kendrick, hey, how are you? And okay, see y'all. I'm gonna go back to the home and celebrate my kids not being home. She gasses it. Meanwhile, her daughter's in front of the car. First of all, you should teach your kids how and where to walk around cars. She's 12 years old. She should know better. Mom floors it, runs her over like a pack of freaking possums on the side of the road. The incident where it wasn't speed of the vehicle that caused the injury. It was simply someone being rushed into making an assumption, and hopefully the child will be able to survive this incident. Trooper Ken Watson of the Florida Highway said. Florida Highway is still investigating the case and hasn't said whether anyone will face charges. Well, it was an accident. Oh, hold on. I mean, it was an accident. I mean, you hit the girl, unless it was intentional. I mean, how are they going to prove that it was intentional? Like I said, there can only be one. You run over the kid or something. If the girl dies, I don't know. It doesn't say how bad her injuries were, but if the girl dies, yeah, then there'll be charges. Manslaughter or whatever it's not planned. Whatever that charge is where it's not planned, that's what she'll get. Probation or something like that. But something that was not planned is this flight in Brazil. And this is where now, if you're not watching this on the YouTube video, now's your chance. So this flight in Brazil went into not a tailspin, but just went into a flat spin. You ever seen what's the first Top Gun movie? Where they get in the jet wash. I know I'm really nerding out on you. They get in the jet wash and the plane does this flat spin. Well, over in Brazil, this plane right here went into a flat spin and did not recover. Sorry, Goose. Sorry, Maverick. And if you want to see this video in real time as we're talking about it here, whoops, hold on. You can go over to YouTube and search DeaconLive. You can see this in real time as we're talking about it. So here we go. Here's the video and breaking news from CBS Evening News. So here we go. Play.
Cell phone video captures the airliner's final moments, dropping thousands of feet in just seconds, falling out of the sky over a residential neighborhood outside.
Oh, there it is on fire.
Brazil.
It was a stall. I think we can pretty much safely assume that.
Former NTSB chair Robert Sumwalt is also a retired 737 captain.
And you can see the airplane spiraling.
It's just
that
flat.
Looks to me like a flat spin.
Yeah.
What caused the speed to?
It's not going forward or backwards. It's like a piece of paper falling.
Stall? That remains to be seen.
Look how close this person was to
Jesus,
the crash.
it's right on top
as
of
the
him.
plane comes down just feet away. The crash sent dark smoke billowing into the air as a fire raged in the wreckage.
Whoa.
Voyapaz Airlines says there were 61 passengers and crew on Flight 2283.
61.
There were no survivors. No one on the ground was hurt. The ATR-72, a turboprop popular with regional carriers, was traveling from Cascavel to Sao Paulo. Flying at 17,000 feet, it was nearing the airport when the apparent stall occurred.
Would the passengers on board know something was wrong at that point?
Yeah, we're not going forward anymore.
Terrifying end of the flight.
There was an active warning for severe icing in the area where this accident happened. That will be of interest to investigators because while this 14-year-old airplane was equipped with anti-icing equipment, that exact scenario played out in a fatal crash involving a similar ATR-72 back in 1994 in Indiana. Major?
Terrifying. Oh, thank you. Yeah, very terrifying. Did I go back to me now? And they said icing? I mean, granted, we're in the middle of August, and this is Brazil. You don't think of icing in Brazil, but I guess when you get high enough, they said 17,000 feet. Can you get icing on your wings and stuff up there at 17,000 feet? And how fast is a plane going? Now, this plane right here, let me describe it to you. It doesn't have like the jet engines on the side, but it is a very large plane. It's got like the two props, and the wing is like on top of the tube type deal. So it's got the twin props, but it's large enough to carry at least 61 people. So, I mean, that's a good, I don't know, how many feet? 50 feet, 55 feet long, something like that. And it just was like literally like a flat, like nose down, but in a spiral flat spin right into the ground. I don't know, man. That's a weird incident. They didn't say if it was a Boeing plane or not, but details will come out later, I'm sure. All right, guys, when we come back, this little girl, her dad was shot because she was playing in mulch. And it's a very, very odd story, and we'll dive into that when we come back. So stick around. You're listening to Deacon Live right here on Prophet Radio. I'll be right back. Welcome back to Deacon Live. We'd love to hear from you, and you could be podcast famous. You could be right here in the studio along with me, along with us here. And the way you can do that is go over to Prophet Radio, proud sponsors of Deacon Live, and all the other fine programming that comes out of this studio. So go over to Prophet Radio. That's PROPHET radio.com. At the very top of the page says, leave a message for Deacon Live. If you've got a microphone on your device, whatever you're listening to us on or at, whether it's on your phone, your smartphone, your tablet or tablet, computer or anything like that, if you've got a microphone on there, you can hit record over there at the Prophet Radio website, right on it. Hit record, and you can see this little graph that pops up, and it shows you, your microphone, start recording. Record something, listen back to it, and then send it. And you can be anonymous if you want. You can put, whatever email you want. You can put fake email. I don't care. You can put your a fake name or anything like that. I don't care. I'm not going to follow up, but we just want you to be part of the show. And the way you can do that is go over to prophetradio.com and click record or leave a message for Deacon Live. Now, this gentleman right here, another sad story, especially the beginning of school. A Michigan father of 2 was fatally shot in a confrontation with his neighbor over mulch, official says. Officers responded on August 10th to reports of shots fired in a residential neighborhood, according to the news release of the Canton Public Safety Department. Responding officers found 35-year-old man lying in the street with a gunshot wound. The Public Safety Department said he was taken to the local hospital where he died from his injuries. Oh, man. The victim was identified as Nathan Morris, secretary of the 6th Congressional District Republican Committee, according to a August 11th post on Twitter by National Republican Committee woman Hima. Oh, listen to this name. C-O-L. I'm gonna have to do the whole pronunciation. Reddy. Copy. Paste and pronounce. Pronunciation. So let's see. What's her name? How do we pronounce this? I want to see it. Oh, is this it? This is it. So let's turn it up. Let's see if we can hear it. How to pronounce her last name. Here we go.
Kolanajardi.
Say that again.
Kolanajardi.
Kolanajardi. All right, we'll go with that. Her first name's Hima, so I'm going to go with that. While out on a walk, Morris's daughter touched the neighbor's mulch, and in a response, the neighbor took a gun out and started threatening the family, Hima said. Hima, the committee woman from the National Republicans Council. Morris sent his family home to try to defuse the situation, but was shot dead, the committee woman said. According to the Public Safety Department, the suspect barricaded himself into the house, but eventually surrendered to law enforcement. The Wayne County Prosecutor's Office identified the suspect as 47-year-old Devereaux Johnson of the Detroit. I'm trying to read too fast here. The Wayne County Prosecutor's Office identified the suspect as 47-year-old Devereaux Johnson. He was charged with first-degree murder on August 12th, and it was a senseless act of violence toward the victim. The Canton Police Chief Chad Bott said. The committee woman said Morris was someone that who would do no harm and think no harm. He was just amazed, a gentle soul. Okay, so what happened was, let's see. Did I go back there? So the dad of 2 was shot dead after his neighbor's daughter touched his mulch. And that was the whole entire thing. Touched his mulch. Hey, this mulch looks good. Fuck. Too many things going on in my brain. So while out on a walk, Morris's daughter touched the neighbor's mulch. In response to the neighbor, took out a gun and started threatening the family. So there you go. I mean, are we that uptight? Are we that tense? Are we that so wound up that get out my mulch? My mulch. Get off of it. Stop touching it. I got enough shit going on without your little snot-nosed kid touching my mulch. Hey, man, relax. No, you relax. No. Honey, go on home. Go on home. Take your sister with you. Go on home. Look, sir, she didn't mean to. Bam! Oh, now I'm dead. Jesus Christ. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine if that's how it unfolded? Oh. Now, here's another story. You can't even imagine how it unfolded. In 2019, a team of workers were busy removing shelves and freezers from a now closed down store called No Frills in Council Bluffs, Iowa. The supermarket had been shut down since 2016 and was finally being cleared out when the team found human remains wedged in a gap behind one of the refrigerators. Thanks to DNA testing from his parents, the body was identified to belonging to Larry Ela Mancada, a man who's been missing since 2019. Oh my God, he's been in this place for so long. That meant he'd been dead in the store for 7 years while it was still open, and furthermore, 3 after it was closed down. The investigators found no signs of foul play or suspicious activity and deducted that Larry had slipped into an 18-inch gap between the refrigerator and the wall, becoming trapped there. His relatives reported him missing the day after Thanksgiving 2009, saying that he left his parents' house barefooted, hallucinating during a blizzard. All right. The clothing on the body matched the description given at the time of the disappearance. Larry had worked for the store, and the former worker said it wasn't unusual for an employee to climb on top of the units to stock them. The fridge was about 12 feet tall, and any of the 25-year-olds' attempts to shout for help would have been drowned out by the noise of the cooling unit. His death was ruled an accident. Rather horrifying situation of what happened when Larry lays out what happened to Larry lays out on how awful it would have been for the 25-year-old to be stuck on the other side of the fridge with no way of anyone hearing him while he was screaming. Now, they did this little video here to show exactly what happened. I'm going to switch to camera 4. This is on, I don't know, stuck behind the fridge for 10 years. This is Zach D. Films, and he did like this mock-up situation of how he must...
a large refrigerator.
Okay, so hold on, Zach D. whatever. Let's go back and...
At the supermarket where he worked in 2009. Now, he was seriously trapped, but his cries for help were drowned.
All right, hold on. Let's go back and let's start at the beginning. So here we go. We're going to watch this video in real time, and let's see what happened. So here he goes. So he was on top of this 25-foot freezer unit, and he was trying to do something, and he fell headfirst behind it straight onto the ground. So here we go.
Behind a large refrigerator.
So he's upside down.
At the supermarket where he worked in 2009. Now, he was seriously trapped, but his cries for help were drowned out by the noise of the coolers. Days passed.
So he was trapped upside down behind the coolers and just screaming, but the coolers were so loud.
Weeks turned into months with no leads on his whereabouts. It was 10 years later that contractors began working on the now abandoned supermarket. As they moved the refrigerator unit, they found the man's remains wedged behind it.
Upside down skeleton. So, let's go back to me now. First of all, think about this. I know what everyone's thinking right now. Couldn't you smell him? I mean, a full-size human body. If I've had a mouse die in an area, like in their garage or something like that. I've had a mouse die, and I could smell it. And you smell it for like 2 or 3 days, and then the smell goes away. But that's a mouse. I mean, that's the size, what a mouse is. It's small. This is a 25-year-old male I'm assuming good shape, some kind of fit. He's not a midget or dwarf or anything small of statured, but he, young guy, 25 years old, fell behind the thing. I don't know if he cracked his neck, because when he fell down, straight down, because that's how they found the body. That's what they assumed, that he fell straight down. If he snapped his neck, maybe he didn't scream. Maybe he was dead on impact. But if he didn't break his neck, then now he's upside down, blood rushing to your head, coming out your eyeballs. I know. Get ready. Get ready. Halloween's right around the corner. And they pulled the refrigerator out. But the smell, that doesn't show you any kind of... don't go over there. Their food sucks over there in that cooler. Everything tastes so fishy. Oh, but there you go. All right, when we come back, this woman was, speaking of, speaking of stuff, I don't know. This woman right here was sentenced to jail for 10 years for stealing chicken wings. Why 10 years and why chicken wings? Well, the story gets even weirder than the last one. So stick around. You're listening to Deacon Live right here on Prophet Radio. I'll be right back. Welcome back to Deacon Live. Don't forget, all the artists that you hear on the podcast here, we are, I'll tell you what. Let me tell you something. We here at Deacon Live are very proud to showcase independent artists that aren't signed yet, anyone that has made a song and they want to get it out to the public and stuff, and we give them that platform. We take pride in sharing all these unknown artists that are trying to get their name out there, and so I'd like for you to do me a favor. Any of the artists that you hear out there, that you can find them over on prophetradio.com as well. You can see them, music heard on, so all the music that you hear during the breaks and stuff, they're found over there as well. You can also, they have banners and things for you to contact them, add them to your playlist and all that stuff. And I just like to say thanks to all those artists out there that trust us with, getting their message out there and sharing it with our audience. And I know you guys will take care of them as much as you take care of me as well. So check them out over at prophetradio.com as well, and show them some love. Now, someone who's not getting any love right now is this woman right here. Well, went and ordered chicken dinner. Well, that's not the case right now. A school worker is going to prison for almost a decade over, and it's all over chicken wings. So, well, it turns out that a theft is a theft is a theft, even if it's chicken wings. That is what happened to one Illinois school worker soon found out. A court ordered her to spend the next 9 years in prison. This comes after she reportedly stole, you ready for this, 11,000 cases of chicken wings. Those cases of chicken wings cost about $1.5 million in total. What makes the matters worse, the chicken was meant for school children. It was during the pandemic, so basically not a good look. But let's take a look on how the school worker allegedly went foul. Oh, God, the puns are glorious. Before she became a convicted convict, Vera Little worked as the food service director at Harvey School District 152. The court found her guilty using her position to her advantage. Little reportedly stole chicken from the school district. Authorities caught on when the school districts blew past the food budget. Things quickly did not add up. The school district was $300,000 over budget within months left in the school year. I swear to God, these fucking things on the side of my face. The 68-year-old first hatched a scheme, no pun intended, in 2020. Over the course of 2 years, Liddell pulled off what she thought was chicken wings heist of the century. She ended up buying large amounts of chicken wings. She even used one of the school's cargo vans to pick up the food. However, instead of going to the schools in the district, the poultry went to Liddell instead. Liddell was able to pull off the crime because schools were closed at the time. However, the school district still sent kids' meals out to the students in remote learning. So it was easy for the chicken wings to go missing. Authorities charged her with the theft and operating a criminal enterprise in January 2023. Liddell, who spent nearly as long in prison as she did in the food service, head of the food service for the district, she pled guilty and landed 9 years in the big house as a result. it's a safe say that she probably won't have chicken wings there. No, they have chicken wings in jail. So this woman, chicken wings, and here and let me switch the camera for her. So here she is, 68 years old woman. What do you do? What are you selling? Are you selling the chicken wings? What are you doing with the chicken wings? Why is it chicken wings? I mean, are you selling it to local restaurants? Are you opening up your own little parlor, your own little restaurant, little food truck? I got some chicken wings. Come on, get them. Cute. Now, this right here is called the Chipotle incident. Now, this guy right here, he's a TikToker, so who knows if, what he says is true, but I think someone calls him out here towards the end. This gentleman right here got fired for overloading a customer's burrito bowl with sour cream because they supposedly placed a big order at closing time. So let's dive into the actual Chipotle incident. There have been many legendary feuds between people on the internet, and I never thought I would see this one between a restaurant and an employee and the customer like this. The shady internet feud between the former Chipotle restaurant employee and a customer has gone viral on TikTok after he recalled the story of getting fired because of the bowl he made for a customer who responded to his story and with revealing receipts. Ellie is a TikTok creator who went viral for telling a story on how he got fired from Chipotle for overloading a customer's bowl with sour cream. The pictures of the bowl were uploaded to social media. Eli, Jesus Christ. Eli explains in his video that he was working closing shift at Chipotle one night and it was extremely annoyed to receive a last-minute online order for 12 burrito bowls around 10 p.m., prolonging his shift. Dude, just do your job, man. You wanted the $50 an hour? You've got $50 an hour. Guess what? Now you got a little bit of overtime. Shut your mouth and do your job. After all, what employee wouldn't be angry about this at the end of the night? Okay, so Eli explains his desperate anger as he made the bowls. By the time he got to the last one, he just wanted to teach that customer a lesson. Quote, when I got to the last bowl, it said extra sour cream as one of the ingredients. I don't know what came over me, Eli says, but I just kept putting more and more scoops of sour cream in the bowl. I love sour cream. My wife hates it. I can eat it right out of the couple spoonfuls. Eli had added so much sour cream to the bowl that it was inedible when finished. He took a picture of the bowl and sent the picture out to his friends as a joke. So then Eli says the customer picked up their burrito bowls and he forgot about the incident. 3 weeks later, his boss called him in to the office and fired him. Eli had no idea the owner of the sour cream filled bowl had posted pictures on TikTok and tagging Chipotle and then received millions and millions of views, which Eli described as a PR nightmare. Because Eli's boss had security footage of him making the bowl that night, they let him go or fired him. Eli's video seemed to be posted to get videos to side with him and to go against the customer for rudely putting this massive order in late at night. When the customer quickly clapped back, posting a response video with receipts, meaning I got claims, I know exactly what happened. So Rebecca, the customer, went viral posting her sour cream TikTok bowl. Made another TikTok video on the same day, so this is a TikTok battle, as Eli with photographs of her receipt from that night. Now, the internet was surprised because Rebecca's photos proved that she did not order 12 burrito bowls. She only had ordered one. Additionally, she ordered it to be picked up at 8:30, not the closing time at 10 p.m., contrary to what Eli says. Once Rebecca's response video was up, users quickly returned to Eli's page, trying to inform him of what actually happened in the comments. The following day, Eli's commented on his videos. It's like a soap opera, guys. That he could have sworn Rebecca's order was larger, but perhaps was misremembering what happened. It's fascinating to see how quickly people can enter and resolve drama on the internet within a matter of 24 hours. Like little sleuth you guys are out there. Hey, at least the situation was cleared up. So here he is talking about his video right here. I'm going to switch to camera 4 so we can see this in all real time. This is Eli talking about his stupid friggin'...
So just over a year ago, I lost my job at Chipotle for making this bowl. And I thought it was about time for me to retell the story because I think it's honestly one of the funniest things I've ever done.
Here we go.
We were right about to close, and I was already busy doing all my pre-closing work. And all of a sudden, we got a massive online order for like 12 different bowls. And basically, for online orders, you just get a list of ingredients for each bowl so that they're already ready when the person comes to pick them up. I'm trying to justify what I did, but honestly, who orders 12 Chipotle bowls at 10 o'clock at night? So I made them all anyway. Like, I was pissed, but whatever. When I got to the last bowl, it said extra sour cream as one of the ingredients.
Yum.
And I don't know what came over me, but I just kept putting more and more scoops of sour cream on the bowl.
Yum.
Like, we're talking, I think, 5 or 6 like heaping spoonfuls of sour cream. By this time, the bowl was like completely inedible, so I had already screwed up big time, but I was about to screw up even worse. While standing at the line, I pulled out my phone and took a picture to send to my friends on Snapchat. Anyway, after that, I put it all in a bag and the lady came and picked it up, and I kind of just forgot about it. So 3 weeks later, I'm like 4 hours into my shift, and my boss comes and says he needs to talk to me. We go back to his office, and he sits me down, and he says, "This isn't going to be a very fun chat." And of course, I instantly knew it was about the bowl I made, but what I didn't know is that the lady who ordered it posted it on TikTok, and it got 7 million views.
Oh, that's
Everyone in
she
the
posted
comments
it.
was bashing Chipotle under the post. Like, it was just a complete PR nightmare. And so not only does he pull that video up to show me, he pulls up like 20 emails with corporate Chipotle and security camera footage of me making the bowl and taking a picture of it. So obviously, since you can literally see me pulling out my phone and taking a picture, like there's no saying, oh, it was just an accident. So I kind of just said like, oh yeah, I did that. Like, cause what else was I gonna say? And then I quit. So
No, you didn't. You got fired.
I didn't get fired, but I just quit first. And yeah, that's actually why I posted my first TikTok, was to tell that story. And yeah, that's the Chipotle incident. See ya.
Let's go back to me. Loser. That's all I have to say. Really? I mean, come on, guys. I understand you trying to, do TikTok videos and stuff like that. So he embellished a little bit. I didn't see the picture of the receipt. I didn't see that part where Rebecca said, I ordered one bowl and only one bowl at 8:30 at night. So I didn't see that. But who am I to believe? I don't know. It's TikTok world, and everyone wants to be famous. Everyone wants to be famous, just like you. And you can be famous by going over to profitradio.com. At the top of the page says, leave a message for Deacon Live. You can be podcast famous. Speak right into whatever recording device you have. Send. You can be anonymous if you want. It'll come right to our inbox, and we'll play it on this podcast or the very next podcast as well. We want to hear from you. And when we come back, this lady right here says she's got this light in her house that has no idea how to turn it off. Then she went out shopping and came home, and for whatever reason, it was off. And what she found out about this light, we'll dive into, and I'll just make you do one of those face bomb things. And you're like, Jesus Christ, is this the world we're living in? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. So stick around. You'll see Deacon Live right here on Prophet Radio. I'll be right back. Little hairs. They're curling in. And when I'm talking, I shave every show, and I try to trim everything away from my moneymaker here. But these fucking little hairs are creeping in and poking me. Make a video. Oh, for fuck's sake. Welcome back to Deacon Live. You want something for free? Well, we will give you something for free, but you got to do something. You got to do this right here. You have to go to Prophet Radio. I swear to God. You have to go over to profitradio.com. At the top of the page says free swag. And you see a little drop-down menu. You can see all the fucking free stuff. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. Feels better, but it's so stressed. Here we go. Welcome back to Deacon Live. You want something for free? Well, we will give you something for free. Go on over to profitradio.com, P-R-O-P-H-E-T radio.com. At the top of the page says free swag. And then a little drop-down menu there. You can see all the different prize packs that we have for you. Fill out that little form. It's not an email grab or anything like that. It's just Prophet Radio's way of saying thank you for listening to all the fine programming that comes out of this fine studio. You can see we got stickers, magnets, keychains, buttons, whole bunch of things over there. So pick yourself out something. We'll send it out to you right away. And for those overseas that are listening to us, it takes a little bit longer to get to you, so be patient. But for everyone else here in the continental United States, we'll get those out to you, usually within a couple days or so. So grab yours over there at prophetradio.com. Now, when we first moved into this house that we have now, there are so many different rooms. It's a split floor plan. So we have a kitchen in the middle. We have two bedrooms over there, full bath on one side of the house. Then we have our kitchen, our dining room area, big fireplace in the center of the house. That's fireplace on both sides, so it cools the family room and the kitchen at the same time. Then you walk into another room, and it's got our huge formal dining area. And then you walk into a room, and down a hall is our master bedroom. And then we have an entertainment room off to the right. There's just all these branches of house rooms and stuff, and in every room there's like 15 different light switches. So when we first moved in, I had like a little Dymo label maker, not the click one. I'm talking the digital one where it goes zzz, and you peel the label off. We went around and labeled all the light switches because we knew we were going to replace the switch covers anyways. So we get used to what switch is for what light. And then on opposite ends of the house, there's one light switch that didn't do anything. Like we turn on and off. Is there anything in that room? No. Lights on. Nothing. We figured out that those were the attic lights because we have a big attic crawl space and stuff like that, kind of a A-frame type building that we have here. So there's a huge attic and crawl space with the skylights and everything. And so she got up in the attic one time and I clicked on the light. She's like, yeah, it's in the attic. So there's like two dead switches that are for the lights in the attic. Because you can walk from one side of the house to the other side of the house up in the attic. But this woman right here moved into her home and couldn't figure out what this light was and why it was on and how to turn it off. Anyone who's ever moved into a previously lived-in home can attest, let me turn this down a little bit, can attest to the fact that every home is a little bit different, than some might even have some surprising features. From secret rooms to closets of fun, pull-out kitchen cabinets that you never knew what you were going to get. And that's the exact experience that TikToker Mojo Joe Jokes had after moving into her new rental home. While in the kitchen in the middle of the day, she kept trying to turn off the kitchen overhead light off and found herself unable to do so. After running some errands and arriving back at the home after nightfall, the TikToker and her partner were surprised to find that the light went off. The TikToker further proved her point by going outside and pointing at the dome. Oh, so what happened was, let's see, did she have a... Oh, here, let's watch her video so she can tell us from her own words as far as what she thought this light was and what she found out. So don't forget, I'm going to switch to camera 4 so you can see this and I'll be friends here. And you can see this over on YouTube as well. Search DeaconLive Podcast over on YouTube and give us a like and subscribe over there. So here we go. This is Mojo Joe Jokes. Here she goes.
We just moved into this house. And all day yesterday, we couldn't figure out how to turn this light off.
There's a light right over her head in the kitchen, and it's a small light. It's like a recessed light, round circle, probably 10 inches in diameter, and it's on. It's on in the kitchen. So here you go.
We were like, I don't know how to turn this light off. But we were like, whatever. We have bigger fish to fry. So we left to run errands. And when we came back, the light was off. And we were like, what the fuck?
What the fuck?
But then we were like, is it on a timer? But that makes no sense. Why would the timer go off at night? It would if it's the sun. That's a fucking skyline.
She goes, what if it was, why would the timer go off at night? When you need the light during the nighttime, it's a fucking skylight. So what they've done is there's a small 10-inch light in her kitchen. And what happens is they've got this tube. She got up in the attic, as the story goes on. She got up in the attic and found this 10-inch tube that goes up and out and up through her roof somewhere and captures the light, reflects it down a couple mirrors, and then gives her natural light in a kitchen. So she's sitting up there trying to figure out how to turn this light off when it actually is just a small little 10 to 12-inch moonlight, skylight, because you can't see out of it. It just collects light and lightens up the room. We've got 4 skylights. We have 2 over our formal dining room area and then 2 in the kitchen. And sometimes, man, I just the sun beats right down into the kitchen, makes the kitchen hot. Makes the kitchen hot. Now, people, I know. Thank you, girl. Thank you, girlfriend. Now, there was an episode of South Park. I know I'm getting really, really far stretched here. So there's an episode of South Park where I think Cartman said something to the effect of, everything's connected from your butthole to your mouth. That's how they did the whole, the human centipede type thing. And I think he said something to the effect that if you try hard enough, you could technically poop out of your mouth. I know. There goes half the audience right now. But it's a cartoon. But right now, doctors are saying that you could technically, if you tried, breathe out of your butthole, just like pigs do. First of all, I didn't know pigs breathed out were breathing out of their buttholes. So let's see. Humans could breathe out of their buttholes just like pigs, and trials will begin this year. Takanori Takibe explored different breathing options in case of a blocked airway or low oxygen situation. A former study found that pigs and mice can breathe out of their buttholes. Humans can too, and trials will begin soon. Got a blocked nose? No worries. Soon you will have another option to breathe through. Your butthole. Please don't take that and make something funny of it. In studies exploring treatment of people with respiratory conditions, a team of researchers in Japan have revealed that pigs can absorb oxygen through their anus. Scientists discovered that the animals who could survive without breathing through their lungs when oxygen and oxygenated liquids are pumped into their buttholes, into their intestines. So they're not literally saying you're going to go out of your butthole. What they're saying is you could physically take all right, so let me break this down for all the Neanderthals out there. If you take a tampon and soak it in vodka and then stick it up your butthole, your body absorbs it. So what they're saying is if they can pump a oxygen-filled liquid into your butthole, that you could technically absorb that oxygen into your bloodstream and still be able, you're not technically breathing on the sense of definition. Last year, Takabe and his colleagues from Nagoya University Graduate School published their studies focusing on mice and how rodents and pigs share the same certain aquatic organisms and the ability to use their intestines for respiration. They will submit their research on the pigs to the United States Medical Journal in August, so that's coming up here soon. While it sounds cool and disturbing, at the same time, researchers indicated that it could be possible with humans too, considering that pigs are closer to the latter latter in the genetic makeup of humans as well. So I think there's something going on out there. I know there's something going on out there that there's a practice where if you've got some kind of bad something, they'll take someone else's poo and shoot it up your butt because of their bacteria is now getting into your system, and that bacteria is now good bacteria for you, is bad bacteria from them. I mean, essentially that's what feces and all that is. It's just bad bacteria and excrements coming out of your body. But if they take someone else's and stick it in yours, that bacteria, I know I'm getting really, I'm losing people. They're dropping off left and right. I'll leave them a goddamn message over at Prophet Radio. I'll tell them what he's talking about. But yeah, so now they're trying to infuse water into your butthole so that, and not we're going to be walking around with IV bags living in our buttholes, but for like extreme cases where people are not necessarily on ventilators. Maybe this would be a new quote unquote ventilators for people that are having problems breathing and they're in surgery or they're in hospitals and they're in, extreme cases. This is not going to be like everyday thing. Like everyone's walking down the street popping mints in their butthole just because their breath stinks. All right, when we come back, this guy right here went fishing in flip-flops and ended up dying because of his flip-flops. And I'll dive into his story when we come back. So stick around. You're listening to Deacon Live right here on Prophet Radio. I'll be right back. Welcome back to Deacon Live. Make sure you follow us on all your social contacts. And the way you do that is go over to Prophet Radio. At the very top of the page says social contacts. Make sure you follow us on all your social pages. And the way you do that is go over to prophetradio.com. At the top of the page says social contacts. And you can see all the stuff that links us to you and you to us as well. We're on TikTok. We're on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. You can email me if you have any questions or anything. If you want to share any photos with me as well. If you got anything going on, if you just want to ask me any questions, and you don't want to be heard on the podcast. I know a lot of people out there are very shy. We have a lot of passive listeners. And when I say passive listeners, they listen to the show and, they go, okay, and they go on to the next show, and they go, okay, and they go on to the next show, and so on and so forth. The aggressive listeners are the ones that actually participate in the show. And we want you to participate as well. But if you don't, that's fine. We understand that. It can be unnerving out there. But if you want to contact me or email me anytime, you can find that over there as well. And the email is deacon@prophetradio.com if you want to email me. Now, I believe in, I don't know. It takes a lot for me to believe something, I guess, is where I'm going with this. That, you see all these weird situations as far as like, religious relics and stuff there. Things are, Jesus is up on the cross and actual blood's coming out of his hands, and they found out that it was a water leak from above and it was rusting and the rust water was running down this.
You probably know this print for business.
Shut up. Thank you for fucking all that up. Thank you for fucking all that up. And, the water comes down. And they say, it's the rust water and it's coming out. Oh, look, Jesus Christ is bleeding and everything. And they sell tickets and all the other things. It's, I don't know. Religion in general is very hard for me to accept. But this right here, I have a hard time accepting as well. The Virgin Mary statue blinks at a Ohio worshipers and miracle was caught on camera. The national pilgrim of a virgin statue of Our Lady of, Fatima, was on display at the St. John's Baptist in Ohio when witnesses claimed that she shut and opened her eyes. Okay, here we go. Now, they've got pictures of this, so if you want to see this over on YouTube, I'll switch over to camera 4 in just 1 sec, so hold on. Worshippers were left astonished when the statue of the Virgin Mary seemingly blinked at them during the church event. The incident occurred in Ohio, which may interest J.D. Vance. I don't know why they're... bring politics into this. The incident occurred in Ohio, where churchgoers managed to capture the perplexing event on video. The claim that the National Pilgrim Virgin statue of Our Lady of Fatima, F-A-T-I-M-A, I hope I'm saying that right. If not, may God strike me down, appeared to wink at them while on tour in the area. Onlookers are adamant that they saw the statue's eyelids close and open on August 2nd, despite being an inanimate object. The particular statue had been traveling the globe since 1968 and is known for its sacred origins. It was blessed by Pope Paul VI in May of 1967, and then presented to the UK Bishop of the Fatima. How do you say this word? Am I saying it right? Because I don't want to offend a whole lot of people. Just some of them. Pronounce.
Then stay tuned to the channel to learn more.
Okay.
Fatima is how it's said in Arabic. It's often pronounced in English as Fatima.
Fatima. Okay, I got it. Fatima. So I am saying it right. So Fatima the following year. Photographs are taken by attendees seem to confirmed the statue's eye movement on social media. User Katie Morgan was among of these who shared these images online. Speaking to the Wall Street Journal, she recounted her surprise. She says, I took it and I thought that was really nice. And I took one more because when I looked at it, her eyes went closed. And I said, wow. Katie Lipcat also witnessed the event, stating, I knew it was a miracle because I've been looking at her all morning and then they really closed. I mean, you can really see that her lashes are down. So I want to see the video. Where's the video at? Come on. Cute little cat videos. They don't show the video. Fucking cheap asses. But here's the, I'm going to switch to camera 4 so you can see it. So here she is. This is the Virgin Mary. And she's sitting there. I say sitting there. She's standing there and she's got the garb on, you know, the thing around her head. And it's a white porcelain type statue. There's not a whole lot of color or anything. And this angle right here, she's got her eyes closed. And then this right here, it's like, you ever seen those baby dolls where if you sit them straight up and down, the eyelids open, and we lay them down, the eyelids closed? You know, it's that gravity thing. That's what it looks like. Is it a miracle? You know, is God real? I don't know. You know, believe what you want, each to his own type deal. Whatever helps you get through your day. Now, this guy right here is not getting through his day anymore because he's dead. How a much-loved Texas dad at 66 died after horrific flesh-eating bacteria after going fishing just wearing flippy flops. A Texas man was killed by a flesh-eating bacteria after going crabbing. We were crabbing in flip-flops instead of his usual wading boots. Randy Bunch, 66, passed away within a week of becoming infected, and his family said eventually succumbed to his injuries on June 8th. For a few days, the seasoned fisherman retrieved crab traps in his native Freeport in the shallow waters off the boat ramp he had frequented for many, many years. He did this all in his flip-flops. His grieving daughter said, oh, here he is right here. Look at him. He's a good-looking guy. He looks like a fisherman. He's got a big old red fish right there. And switch back to me now. His daughter's grieving said on Monday, the decision proved that fatal as he already had a small nick on his foot. That scrape quickly became infected with a deadly flesh-eating bacteria called Fibrio that is commonly found in the Gulf. Oh, there's his legs right there. That doesn't look too bad. Here's his legs. He's got a bunch of scraps and scrapes on him. Oh, is that his live? Is he alive in that fit? I don't know. They only show his legs. It's kind of weird. So let's see. Is there more on this this news article? Of course there is. So let's see what happened to Randy Bunch. Randy Bunch. So I'm going to load this up for you. And you guys can see this in real time. Go over to YouTube, search DeaconLive Podcast, and you can see this in real time as we're talking about it here. So here we go. Man goes fishing, loses his foot. There you go.
The woman is urging anyone who goes to the beach to take a recent warning seriously about an increase in Vibrio cases.
This after she lost her father to the flesh-eating bacteria. Igochi Iloka joins us live from the Texas Medical Center. Igochi, this all started with a fishing trip to Freeport.
Whoosh. Yeah.
Yeah, Ron and Steph, it did. And even though 66-year-old Randy Bunch had a blood disorder, doctors say anyone could get sick if they have an open wound and are exposed to Vibrio bacteria. Take a look at your screen. These are the pictures that his daughter, Randy Bunch...
Can you stand closer to the highway, please?
She says when her dad went fishing in Dune, he wasn't wearing wading boots like he usually does, but he had flip-flops on to step into a shallow water there. Now, he missed a days-old scrape on his right foot, then called his daughter after feeling extreme pain on the right side of his body hours later. He was rushed to the ER but sent home. Now, Brandy says the next morning her dad had a 104-degree fever.
Whoa.
He was rushed to the medical center. After countless tests, doctors still couldn't figure out what was wrong until Brandy noticed something off.
Uh-oh.
I was like, oh gosh, you know, could this be flesh-eating bacteria, the Vibrio? The blisters were taking over his whole body. It was spreading just like a fire.
Yeah, and her dad died less than 1 week after he stepped foot in the water. Now Brandy wants more to be done to warn others about Vibrio. In fact, she wants to see more warning signs posted before people get in the water, to be looking out for that. So that is something she is talking about pushing. We do have more information on Vibrio available on our website, khou.com.
Thanks. All right, so Vibrio, I mean, I don't know too much about Vibrio, but I know all right, let me back out of this real quick. I know that in Florida in the summertime, like right now, they always talk about that brain-eating amoeba. And what happens is, and I'm sure this is what happened with Randy Bunch there, when the water on whatever water area that you're at, whether it be beach or lake or river or stream or something like that, that water that's up close to the shore is stagnant. It is, you can walk out there. It's kind of hot. That's where all that bacteria and stuff festers. Now, for Randy Bunch, he said his daughter goes, well, he normally goes out with wading boots on. Yeah, but wading boots, sometimes you step down and your wading boots are, let's say, 18 inches, and you step into 24 inches of water. The water's going to go down in your boots, and then and then it's still the same situation. If you got cuts and scrapes on your feet, be careful, especially when you're 66 years old and you already got a problem with like a blood disease or something like that. It was just I think it was careless, just carelessness, and unfortunate at the same time. All right, when we come back, this week in scams, we're going to talk about a parking ticket scam, and we're going to talk about a small package scam that some of you might have already gotten, and it's sitting on your table at home. You're like going, I did not order this. I have no idea what this is. Well, I know what it is, and I know where it came from, and I'll dive into both those stories when we come back. So stick around. You listen to Deacon Live right here on Prophet Radio. I'll be right back. Welcome back to Deacon Live. You want something for free? Well, we will give you something for free. Just go over to ProphetRadio.com, and you can pick out whatever kind of free swag you want over there. You can see all the different fine programming that is broadcasting out of this fine studio. You can see, pick yourself out something, whether it be a button, a magnet, stickers, keychain, something like that. And while you're over there, you can also show all the love that you can support all the artists, independent artists that you hear during the breaks here. During the podcast, and make sure you add them to your Spotify playlist or wherever you download music. Make sure you show them some love as well over there. Now, there's a scam out there. People will fucking scam you. I get calls all day long on the phone scam, Medicare and stuff. I don't know what the scam is there. I've tried to work my way through the whole entire thread of, yes, I'm 68 years old. Yes, I have Part A and B. Can you tell me the number on your medical card? I give them a fake medical card, of course, and I just never can find out what the scam is. What is the scam there? But this guy right here in Calgary became the latest North American city to address this growing trend of fake parking tickets, this fake parking scam. God damn it. Parking tickets are the latest vector of scammers to be emptying your bank accounts from New York to Southern California. Calgary has become the latest North American city to address the growing trend of fake tickets on Tuesday. The Canadian city's parking authority advises drivers to destroy fake tickets that are cropping up on their windshields and do not attempt to pay those fines. Well, how do I know if it's fake or not? It looks like a parking ticket. Let's find out more. How can a vehicle owners find out if it's a fake parking ticket from the real ones? The fraudulent slip looks nearly identical except for one small difference. The fake ticket tells drivers to pay their fines over at CalgaryParkPlus.com. The agent's actual payment website is called CalgaryParking.com /tickets. All right, so can we change it up a little bit? Can you make it a little bit more? Oh, no, don't go to ABC 123. Go to ABC 12.3 for, to pay your stuff. It's too similar. You got to do something else. You got to make some kind of, if you can make money somewhat counterfeit proof, can't you make parking tickets somewhat counterfeit proof as well? Let's dive in a little bit more to find out what they're actually doing with the scam. Vehicle owners can also call the agency to verify that their tickets on social media The Calgary parking authorities told drivers, if you identify a fake ticket, destroy it immediately and do not follow any of the instructions on it. I'm destroying every ticket. Doesn't matter what it is. I'm destroying it. How about this? Let's lighten up on the parking tickets thing. You know, if it's that bad and they're making and you're writing tickets all the time, can we get our revenue from somewhere else? The scam seems to be a phishing scheme aimed at getting unsuspected drivers to hand over their bank information, credit card numbers, and other sensitive data through fake website. Scammers are targeting New Yorkers simply by placing a fake ticket step with, and will text their target to state what fake ticket step, and will text their target to state that they basically saying that they owe a parking ticket and a link with a fake website. A similar scheme has happened in South California, has QR codes and fake that are on the tickets. One can only wonder how successful these scams are, considering the cities across the country are desperate to rake in millions and millions of dollars from unpaid parking tickets. Can we just eliminate the parking tickets altogether until you figure this out? If you got someone scamming your shit, just stop doing it. Oh, you get a parking ticket? It's fake. Well, then people are going to park everywhere, Deacon. Yeah, they already do. Get rid of the meters. Let's do it this way. Here you go. Figure all this out. They pay to park. You pay, let's say it's $50 a month. $50 a month, you know you're going to be parking your car, especially in New York. You're going to park your car somewhere. As long as you have like an e-pass. They do it for highways. Why can't they do it for parking? As long as you have some kind of e-pass thing on your car, as long as you keep money in it, when you pull up to something, you punch in your freaking code, boom, it takes that right out of your account. Why do we need to have parking tickets anymore? They can just bill you from your whatever car your registration is. They do it on highways. They take a picture of your tag number and they send you a bill if you don't have an e-pass or whatever it is. Express pass on the highway, they email the statement to your fucking car wherever it's registered at. Can't we do that with tickets? Can we get rid of the paper tickets on the street? I'm just saying, call me crazy. Deacon 2024, right? Yeah, that type deal. Now this woman right here, here's a huge scam alert for people that do a lot of ordering online. And you're getting packages in the mail left and right. Sometimes my wife buys something and she's like, I didn't realize I forgot I bought this. And it would show up and stuff. And you'd open it up and boom, I got a new pair of shoes or something like that. Now, this woman right here says, I just got a scam in the mail. A FedEx customer received a small package that she did not order. And then she realized what it was and why. I tracked all my purchases, she says. I know nothing is coming to my house. Now, this woman believes she narrowly avoided being scammed and is praised on TikTok after giving her heads up to everyone on TikTok so they don't fall into the same suit. She also used the platform to issue a PSA to others so they can avoid falling scammed to the same tricks. In a viral video shown over 3.6 million views, uploaded by Tammy at the Foxy Pineapple. Oh, you know what the pineapple is? Upside down. She's a swinger. The woman explained exactly what happened. I just found the scam in the mail. If it wasn't for TikTok, I would have fell for it. The woman began the clip. So while she spoke, she held up the small package in her hand. All right, let's find out what it is. And don't forget, for our podcast, we have a matching video, and you can see this in real time as we're talking about it here. Go over to YouTube, search DeaconLive Podcast, and we're going to talk to or watch from the Sexy Pineapple Swinger Girl. She's got a big fork on the wall in her kitchen. White people, why do we do that? So here we go. We're going to switch to camera 4, and she's going to explain exactly what the scam is. So here we go. Let's blow it up. Big screen so we can all see it. We can all be friends. Here we go.
I just got a scam in the mail. If it wasn't for TikTok, I totally would have fell for it. Just hanging around at the house, and FedEx comes, knocks on my door, and they're standing there. So I go and open it, and he said he needs a signature for this little package. It's from Hawthorne, California, and that's it. Little code here, and it's as light as...
So the FedEx driver needs a signature for this package. That's where it starts.
Be, and this is what's in it. And I was like, I take it, and I know I have not ordered anything from this company called Uni. I'm not expecting anything. I track all my purchases. I know nothing is coming to my house, especially something from FedEx that requires a signature. And I'm like, okay, let's be careful here. I open this up, and there is this little, like, Dollar Tree dinky makeup brush in there with a QR code on it.
Uh-oh.
Normally, I'd be like, what is this? Pick up my phone and scan. But I just saw this saying on TikTok. She said, once you scan it, it has all the information in your phone, and your phone just got hacked. So if you receive anything that you did not order and there's a QR code on there, do not scan it. This is for your safety. Don't scan it. Don't give them your personal information. Just throw it in the trash like I'm going to. That helps.
Okay, thank you. So what she's saying is, let's go back to me now. So what she's saying is they're sending out these little artist brushes or little detail brushes, and FedEx is making you sign for them. So, all right, we got that part, and you open it up, and it's like a little thing about the size of this pen that I have in my hand, and it's like a little makeup brush, real small, and it's got a little sticker on it. It's in cellophane. It's got a little sticker on it, and it's got a QR code. So you're like, oh, well, what the hell is the QR code? You take your phone and scan it, and all of a sudden, zoom, your phone's been hacked. They're stealing all your information, your passwords, and all that goes on. I don't know if that's true, but just be careful out there for those little things, those little detail brushes that you're getting in the mail. But what if you actually ordered a detail brush? Mom, no, that's my brush. I need that for, prom this year and homecoming. I need that. Oh, Mom. So there you go. That's the small package scam. So be careful out there. Parking tickets and scams all alike. So as long as you're listening to Deacon Live Show, we'll try to keep you on the straight and narrow. We appreciate each one of you listening to us, downloading us, and being part of the show. We'd like to thank all your passive listeners out there and my aggressive listeners that like to partake in the show over on Facebook as well. You can find us and all your social medias. Go to ProfitRadio.com. At the top of the page says social contacts. You can see all the stuff that links us to you and you to us as well. And if you have any questions for us, you can email me anytime at deacon@ProfitRadio.com. And make sure you like and subscribe to us over on YouTube as well. Like I said, it's just another media source for you to enjoy the show. And on that note, guys, I'm going to let you get back to doing what you got to do. My name is Deacon saying good night and good night.
Wait. Come back. This is the end. The absolute end.
Écoute-moi.
Bye.